Hi, good day. My name is Terry Henshaw. Welcome to our series on living a purposeful life. So, today I really want to talk about a part many people ignore. I think because of the trend or because it's not in vogue to talk about how God gave you a direction towards purpose. So, this is it. There's always the God factor in everybody's breakthrough in their okay, I'm going to say this linking it to entrepreneurship because I'm an entrepreneurship, so I'm linking it to your purpose. um Let me just say this. I don't know how to frame it, but let me say it in an example. So sometimes we have pastors that were medical doctors, and God told them to become pastors because God needed them to actually work for Him in that way of purpose. I'm a civil engineer by profession, not just a civil engineer. I've been graced by God and I had a PhD, or I have a PhD in civil engineering because I still have. But in 2021, I was really a fan of purpose. I understood that life was more and you needed purpose. So I went to God and sincerely asked, what do you really want me to do in this life? So it was a banging question every day. Every other time I had an opportunity to commune in church, in a fellowship, I would ask God that. Before then, I was a consultant, a civil engineering consultant, and I'd finished when people pray, God had given us a big job. We had finished one, and my dream was to own a construction company. So finishing that renovation of a big bank, I started gathering equipment and everything. And then one day in church, my pastor is actually talking about taking over kingdoms, and I heard it very clearly. When I tell people, oh, he was impressed in my heart, but this time I heard it very clearly that Terry, God wants you to take over the renewable space. And it was troubling to me because I'm a civil engineer. I just had a breakthrough. I started gathering equipment towards my greater goal, which is owning the construction company. That's the final game for me. And here I am, So I fought this for a while, and then I went back to God and I said, I don't know anything. How do I learn? And I heard it again that I would follow you all to the process. Well, after a while of fighting, I obeyed. And years down the line, I can tell you, it's been successful. Now, it's as good as um, people send products from China for me to test. Like, okay, you've made this presentation, we like it, we're going to produce this unit, we're going to send test samples to you, test them, tell us how you feel about the products and if the products are market ready. That's how well God has groomed me in the purpose for which He asked me to take. Now, I do understand some things. I can never understand everything. But in this series of A Purposeful Life, I try to share experiences. I don't share these experiences so that I tell you, oh, I'm successful. I share them so that you see, even me, I don't understand some things. I just obey, I follow, and these things are well. But I used to ask myself a question down the line. I still ask myself, if you had not obeyed the calling of God and had still been playing in the construction space actively, what would have happened? Now, these are things people don't understand. People come to me and say, Terry, you have a PhD in civil engineering. What are you doing in renewable energy? Then the guys in renewable energy used to ask me, you don't know electrical, you're not an electrical professional. How do you know how to connect these things? This is the factor in most people's businesses, their purposeful life. They tend to play down. Why do they tend to play down this thing? Because it's not, I would like to, in the world of today, it's not so much It's not trending to come up and say, oh, God showed me this, Even with this video, I know people start saying, this Terry, is he mad? But these are things we should come out and say. And one of the things I promised God was, as I'm going to tell people how I grew in business, I would not exaggerate. There's been a trend where people tell people, it's a joke. I used to hear people say, oh, I started my chicken farm with one feather. We don't need to exaggerate these things. You need to say how it was, if God showed you, if God impressed in your heart, if God helped you, so that you would give the generation coming the hope and the knowledge that God is involved in everything. So whether it's your business, whether it's your purpose, whatever it is, God is at the center of it. So guys, this is what I encourage people to say. Come out, say how it is, how God helped you to fulfill purpose. I'm still in the line of purpose. Just to add, down the line too, when I got into the renewable space, it's like a year and some months ago, God gave me another idea, start creating ready boxes, energy boxes. And I was again fighting with God. What am I going to produce that Chinese people have not produced? Guess what? Cut the story short. I produced these boxes, and I tell you, the Chinese guys come to even copy what we've done. So guys, there's a connection between God and purpose. You can't divide it. And please don't play it down. Don't play it down. Don't come tomorrow and make it look as if you worked so hard. You worked so hard. That's why you are where you are. There's a God purpose. Don't play it. There's what God does for you. Don't play it down. Tell people what he did. Tell people how he made this business possible. For me, it's the truth. Yeah, I know people say, oh, this guy is smart. No, I'm not. If God was not involved, I wouldn't even be sitting here and talking to you. So guys, it was impressed in my heart to do this video today. This is basically what I want to share with you guys. Guys, I know it's kind of tricky out there, but I want you to know God is with you. Hang on. God is with you. Don't look at the bad side. Look at the good side. God is with you. Hang on there. Cry to him. Bother him. He's not tired. Bother him. Tell him to show you your purpose. You're unique. You're created in this world with a unique purpose. Tell him to show you that purpose. And don't be disobedient. Be obedient. Believe me, your life will change. Guys, I'm your brother Terry, always ready to share personal experiences that will motivate you. Thank you so much. I love you.